Here's another article from the Chicago area about a chiropractor. Former patients sue Batavia chiropractor charged with child porn for secretly recording nude videos. This was in November 26, 2005. David Hansen is accused of secretly recording nude videos of nearly 200 of his patients. This is in Batavia, Illinois. Several former patients are now suing a West Suburban chiropractor. David Hansen, the 43-year-old of Hansen Family Chiropractic in Batavia, is facing multiple charges related to child pornography, the Kane County State's Attorney's Office said. Hansen is accused of secretly recording nude videos in nearly 200 patients. The lawsuit claims Hansen violated patients' privacy and the privacy of children. Lawyers filed a civil suit on behalf of 4 patients who all belong to the same family, all of whom believe they were violated by secret recordings in this medical office, attorney Anthony Romanucci said. Additional lawsuits on behalf of more plaintiffs on this matter will be coming forth soon. Illinois State Representative Curtis Tarver also announced that he plans to file a Protecting the Children from Hidden Cameras Act in Springfield in January. Okay, here's what the internet says about the Protecting Children from Hidden Cameras Act. You can read it right here. This is so incredibly disturbing to know that you're going in for chiropractic care, whether it's self-pay or by insurance, whether it's for pain, whether it's for maintenance, and they're being recorded. This is another article about the same chiropractor that we just read about. Batavia chiropractor accused of secretly recording patients indicted in child porn case.
A grand jury has indicted a suburban chiropractor accused of secretly recording his patients. The Kane County grand jury returning a 76-count indictment against David Hansen. Charges include creating child sex abuse material and unauthorized video recording. Investigators say Hansen secretly recorded patients, including children, as they undressed at his Batavia office between 2016 and 2025.
This is so incredibly disturbing. Let's read the article. A grand jury has indicted a West Suburban chiropractor accused of secretly recording his patients on Friday, says the attorney's office. The grand jury returned a 76-count indictment against David Hansen. He is charged with creating child sexual abuse material, 19 counts, disseminating child sexual abuse material, 24 counts, reproducing child sexual abuse material, 1 count, possessing child sexual abuse material, 22 counts. Unauthorized video recording, 10 counts. Investigators say that Hansen secretly recorded his patients, including children, as they undressed between 2016 and 2025. Officials have asked any potential victims to call 630-444-3322. Batavia chiropractor David Hansen accused of secretly recording patients with hidden cameras, what the victims should know. Just 10 days ago, the Kane County State's Attorney's Office announced serious criminal charges against Dr. David Hansen, owner of Hansen Family Chiropractic in Batavia, Illinois. According to prosecutors, Hansen secretly recorded more than 180 patients, including minors, while they were undressed or partially clothed during the therapy sessions in his clinic. He is also accused of possessing and creating child CSAM material unrelated to his practice. These disturbing allegations of betrayal reveal an appalling abuse of trust and raise critical questions about the victim's legal rights and avenues for justice. Located at 1928 West Wilson Street in Batavia, Illinois, promoted itself as a family-friendly wellness offering, chiropractic adjustments, promoted itself as a family-friendly wellness center, offering chiropractic adjustments, red light therapy, and near-infrared light treatments. Behind the scenes, however, investigators allege that Hansen installed hidden cameras in a, quote, therapy room, where patients would disrobe before undergoing light therapy procedures. Authorities report that the recordings date back to at least 2017 and that the victims range in age from young children to adults. The other article said 2016. Unaware that they were being filmed, cameras were allegedly concealed inside events, fans, or other fixtures to evade detection. Wow. That is beyond disturbing. And it totally preys on the vulnerability and confidentiality of that client, therapist, doctor, patient trust. Some of these charges are Class X felonies, which are among the most serious crimes that can be charged in Illinois, carrying a potential punishment of decades in prison. According to reports, investigators allegedly discovered hundreds of files depicting the fully nude patients or those in various states of undress. Many were identified through the clinic's scheduling records, while others remain unidentified. Law enforcement continues to encourage former patients to come forward if they suspect they have maybe been recorded or otherwise victimized. This is absolutely sickening. To use a moment of vulnerability when patients are undressing, and to record that and then to go on and exploit it, and then to also be caught with additional CSAM material. Yeah, these are not good people. Prosecutors said Monday that investigators believe Hansen acted alone. There is no evidence indicating that his family members or employees at the practice were aware of the alleged crimes. The state's attorney tip line has received more than 1,500 calls and emails from potential victims. Investigators have begun identifying individuals and will contact them in the coming weeks. The backstory: Hansen is accused of hidden cameras to record patients as they undress or were clothed. The victims range from young children to adults and are mostly female. Authorities said the recordings appear to have been made in a, quote, red light room used for red light and near infrared light therapy. Hansen allegedly placed hidden cameras throughout the office to capture the footage. Prosecutors also allege he possessed and shared videos containing CSAM material not connected to his practice. From CBS, David Hansen, he is 43. In September, a tip came into the cyber sex abuse hotline, and investigators said it led them to Hansen's house, where they found child pornography on his personal computer and cell phone, and then found more than 180 videos from his chiropractor's office in Batavia. We do know it is an excess amount of CSAM material as well as unauthorized recordings that were found in this investigation. They were mostly female, range in age from young children to adults, prosecutors said. The age ranges, we believe, are a minimum of 3 years old. Then it goes beyond that. Many of the recordings appear to be taken from a red light room, which requires a person undergoing the therapy to undress. This is a therapy that's more for skin related. And so that is something where they would either be fully nude or partially nude to get most of the effects from it. A lot of chiropractors' offices have this. Hansen made illegal recordings of patients using hidden cameras placed throughout the office. Armed with the warrant, the authorities searched his home and office. He appeared for a detention hearing where the judge deemed him a threat to the community and ordered him to be held in custody, prosecutors said. It is not clear as of Thursday how long he's been allegedly recording patients, which is why prosecutors were asking any of his patients to contact them to verify if they might have been one of his victims. It has been terrifying for those individuals. We don't know if they were live streamed. Oh God, that happens so often too in situations like this where people will literally be on Discord or the dark web live streaming this shit. Again, that's something we're trying to go through our forensic analysis. And we're trying to see if any of this was shared. Prosecutors said anyone who believes they or their children were victimized to call this number. People should not be afraid or ashamed as a result of this. They went in for a treatment and they went to somebody they trusted and somebody who was trusted in the community, and that trust was violated by him. Okay, so I looked up his Yelp page so we can take a look at what the inside of the chiropractic clinic looks like. And it's actually very beautiful. I can see how patients would have trusted him. Let's take a look. This looks like the lobby area, maybe. There seems to be a little teepee here for children. Oh, it's a play area. Seeing if I can find the room with the red light therapy. Let's read a little bit about his background. Dr. Dave is excited to be serving the community where he was born and raised. He attended Nelson Elementary School and Montessori Academy of Batavia. Dr. Hansen attended Aurora Christian High School, where he met his future wife, Kristen. They bought a home in Batavia and loved completing DIY projects. They bought a home in Batavia and enjoy completing DIY project on weekends. He is also a dedicated father. One of his favorite things to do with his boys is go to outdoor adventures. The Hansens have remained in the Batavia area for many reasons. They love the friendly, hardworking, family-focused people here. They love to bike and walk on the trails, walk on the river, visit Batavia Public Library, swim at Quarry Beach, pick up fresh fruits, enjoy music on the pavilion. Him and his wife are proud of the community within a community they've established at their small business. They've created a culture of kindness, healing, and fun. No, you created a culture of child sex abuse. Jesus Christ. Here's a social media post with a sign on the window saying permanently close. Anyone with outstanding credit will be refunded as quickly as we are able to, as he is facing charges. I found an update from February 28th, 2026, which is just last month, about his wife. So let's dive into that. Batavia chiropractor faces new suits naming his wife. Though officials say he acted alone, she is divorcing him. He is not naming his wife. The people suing him are naming his wife. A Batavia chiropractor who is facing felony charges that he secretly recorded more than 180 of his clients and was also facing 5 related civil complaints now has 2 more civil lawsuits and a divorce filing to contend with, court records show. The 2 additional civil complaints allege negligent invasion of privacy and medical malpractice in connection with alleged secret video recordings of 2 women. Rather than state a dollar amount, the 2 counts in both complaints seek, quote, in excess of the jurisdictional minimum, quote, which is $50,000. My clients are seeking whatever a jury says they are entitled to for the horrible things the defendant did. So they're going for the max. They want to max this guy out, which he should be, because it's fucking disgusting that he was recording his clients. The lawsuits allege that both women were recorded in dress, particularly clothed, topless, or naked by the staff or employees of the chiropractic office without their knowledge or permission in a red light treatment room or while receiving stand-up x-rays. A stand-up x-ray is one in which the patient is upright to measure weight-bearing positions to see how gravity affects the body. Both complaints also include a health professional report stating that the video recording of patients during x-ray or red light therapy has no therapeutic benefit, and that doing so caused both of them mental anguish and sleeplessness. The lawyer says that the health professional who authored the reports, a chiropractor himself, was not named in the filing, but would be made public as the case progresses. We are alleging that the doctor's use of his medical treatment was wrong and that no reasonable doctor would have used cameras in the course of their medical treatment, the lawyer says, further asserting Hansen's wife, quote, allowed the videotaping to occur. Geneva attorney filed court papers February 11th seeking to dismiss Hansen's wife, Kristen, from both lawsuits. Hansen's wife, quote, has not been charged, nor has there been any suggestion, implication, inference, or whisper of any wrongdoing by her, according to the filings on both complaints. She was neither an owner nor an employee of the chiropractic office. In addition, she was not a medical professional. She is a stay-at-home mother who is raising 2 young boys and has had her world turned upside down. While she does hold shares and membership interests in the business entities, Hansen's wife was not involved, nor did she conduct any business on their behalf, nor was she an employee or medical professional according to the filings. She wrote that Hansen's wife is extremely sympathetic to all the victims of David Hansen's actions. Plaintiffs focus on her. He wrote that Hansen's wife is extremely sympathetic to all the victims of David Hansen's actions. Plaintiffs focus on her is misguided. The allegations do not contain sufficient facts to sustain any cause of action, so she must be dismissed from the case. In an email, the lawyer referred to the new. Based on the information gathered to date, investigators believe that David Hansen acted alone. At this time, there is no evidence indicating the Hansen family members or employees of the chiropractic clinic were aware or involved with any of the alleged criminal activity. Court records show that his wife filed for divorce on January 22nd. I would have fucking filed for divorce too, finding out that my husband is a pedo and a predator. We maintain that Kristen was not involved and had zero knowledge of the criminal activity allegedly perpetrated by David. He acted individually. We respect the judicial process and will address all matters in court rather than in the media. His wife also signed an affidavit with both filings. I had no knowledge of and was unaware of any hidden camera spying on plaintiff or any other patient, the affidavit stated. I first learned of David's appalling actions on or about the time of his arrest and criminal charges. The complaints allege 33 separate acts of negligence and that each entity knew or in the exercise of reasonable care should have known that the plaintiff was being observed, videotaped, and or recorded in dress, particularly clothed, topless, and or naked by the staff, employees, and other agents of the chiropractic office. He intends to find who else might have known about the alleged camera setup, which he asserted was extremely sophisticated and detailed and would have required help from a professional. Yeah, so this professional definitely needs to be subpoenaed for sure. Call him in. Thank you, Brenda, for the article and keeping us updated. I'm so glad that his wife filed for divorce, especially seeing that they have 2 young children. And I could not imagine the fear that this poor woman is probably feeling right now, knowing that her husband is a total piece of shit. If you're in the Chicago area, have you ever visited this chiropractic clinic? Based on the photos from Yelp, it looks like a professional place. So yeah, this is a little scary knowing that people can just have hidden cameras in the treatment rooms. And I'm going to be paranoid now whenever I'm walking into any sort of office or clinic where there's some element of vulnerability. If I have to worry about there being recording devices, like we know this happens at hotels and Airbnbs and stuff, but chiropractic clinics, that's unacceptable. All of it's unacceptable. But Jesus, we're supposed to have trust in our medical professionals, and then they betray us. They betray our privacy. They betray their integrity. They betray their oath. They betray their family, their patients, their reputation. What do you think? I hope his victims receive the max that they can, and I hope that he also receives the max in prison as well. This type of behavior is absolutely unacceptable, and we need to start calling this stuff out and publicly shaming these people. I do feel very sorry for the wife, and I'm glad that she's getting a divorce, and I hope that she takes him for all he's worth. And I'm gonna pray for the kids, because who knows the damage that this is gonna cause to them for the rest of their life, knowing that their dad's a pedophile. God, here's